Hello, I'm Michelle Yana-Chan and this is Fast Track's Insider Guide with my top travel tips from around the world. In Canada, the Quebec Winter Carnival begins at the end of January. More than 2 weeks of sleigh rides, dog sled racing, snow sculpture workshops and a legendary canoe race along the St. Lawrence River. Kids can try to spot the enchanting figure of Bonhomme Carnival, a fantastical incarnation of a snowman who'll be up on a float during the Saturday night parades on February 4th and 11th. Staying out in the cold, the ski season has started with a whoosh in the Alps, already landing some of the best snowfall of the last few years. But for something off-piste, head to France, where the Polo Masters Tour is drawing the world's top polo players to the mountains. Starting in Val d'Isère on January 12th, the teams will head to Megève before playing it out in Courchevel on January 26th. It's one of the most recognisable paintings with one of the simplest titles, The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. This year marks 150 years since the birth of the Austrian artist, and a major exhibition is showing in Vienna at the Belvedere Palace to commemorate his life's work, as well as Joseph Hoffmann, another pioneer of modernism. That's until March 4th. At this time of year in England, the wetlands of West Tamar National Nature Reserve become the site of an extraordinary natural spectacle. As dusk falls, millions of starlings gather in huge flocks called murmurations, swirling across the sky with a singular beauty. Mild sunny weather is the best time to come, since the birds tend to settle in their roosts more quickly on wet, windy days. Aim to arrive an hour before sunset. A new solo exhibition by Chinese artist Ai Weiwei is running through January in Taiwan at the Taipei Fine Arts Museum. Called Ai Weiwei Absent, there'll be photography from Ai's New York East Village period, as well as his recent commission, Forever Bicycles, made up of more than 1,000 bikes. The two cities awarded European Capitals of Culture in 2012 are Maribor in Slovenia and Guimarães in Portugal, and both will be hosting exhibitions, films and concerts throughout the year. Guimarães is transforming derelict factories into art studios, rehearsal spaces and screening rooms. Maribor will also be reflecting on its industrial heritage with an exhibition of Slovenian art influenced by science and technology. And a year on since the revolution in Egypt, the tourism industry has had some very tough months, but the country is aiming to welcome back tourists in 2012. I recently took a trip down the Nile, stopping at some of Egypt's most popular tourist attractions, yet the temples of Luxor and Karnak and the Nile itself were astonishingly quiet.
Until now it's little tourist, not. We hope one day tourists come very more, more tourists in my country, because after the problem at 25th of January, season are very low now. We hope at winter time we have good season here.
Ensure you keep up to date on travel advisories to the country, and thanks for checking in with my Insider Guide this month. Until next time, happy travelling.
Thanks, Michelle. Now, launching a brand new hotel in tough economic times might sound like a tall order. The danger is that travellers will simply stick to what they know and love. But the recession has led to a wave of creativity when it comes to hotel design and experience. With the help of a robotic luggage handler, Ramon Goni travelled from Switzerland to New York in search of a night away from the bland beige box.
Switzerland, synonymous with plush hotels and luxury holidays. But with travellers looking to cut costs in tough times, this hotel outside Zurich has hit the underground. Sparse and windowless, this nuclear bunker was used in the Second World War. And soon, such dugouts could be your shelter from the recession. High-end is no longer as popular. Other hotels focus on service, so there is never something missing in your stay, though the location or the setting might not seem ideal at the first glance. But they argue that a clean bed and basic facilities will do. The question is, after the biggest economic recession in decades, what are hotel stayers really looking for? Art installation hotels like Null Stern are redefining luxury and quality in Europe, stripping the frills to the minimum, but focusing on personalized guest services. If you're in lockdown, you might as well have your own butler.
We believe that if the guest has to choose between a flat-screen TV and to choose between a modern butler or somebody who will recognize that you need a certain specific service, either it's to help you with your luggage, either it is to help you to organize a tour, I think people today go for the service.
Such experienced hotels have doubters in the luxury industry, those who see them as artsy projects with little future beyond making a statement. But with internationally acclaimed architects in talks with Null Stern to build the first underground hotel in London, they could be proven wrong. Mushrooming across Europe, from sewage pipes in Austria to dockside cranes in the Netherlands and a silver mine in Sweden, unusual hotels are now also swimming across the Atlantic. And here in Far Rockaway, an hour from New York, 5 abandoned boats are fully booked for the whole summer, despite the planes. And yet again, this boatel does not focus on the setting or the location, but on providing a unique experience. From check-in to check-out, the staff directs guests to restaurants and lesser-known local attractions, a level of personal service even most luxury hotels cannot provide.
The demographic of the people staying here are individuals that do want that experience. I think it's because it's missing in other aspects of their lives, in the way that the ATM has replaced the bank teller.
Meanwhile in Manhattan,
I am only a machine.
Next!
this is your new bellboy. For the hotel, the high-tech option could mean lower costs and higher productivity.
You know, the idea is we're not using technologies to replace the human experience. It's trying to push the human angle, and that technology helps you, improve the human interaction. We're using technology to enhance the hospitality experience.
And increasingly, it seems, so are more traditional hotels. Mid-market brands like Marriott are using technology to emulate services provided by their luxury counterparts. But it's not for everyone. There is a generation gap.
The traditional 50 to 60-year-old traveler, the most frequent, likes the personal interaction of speaking to an expert and hearing impressions and asking questions, and likes that personal interaction. But that has to happen at a particular place and a particular time.
We'd like to see you pick up the suitcase and put it in the drawer behind you.
Your move, creep.
So can the experience be sustained? Some of these unusual hotels may flop. However, the sometimes impersonal, other times diligent workforce will keep fighting for their guests' attention.
Next!
By all possible means.
Safe to say that you are hired.
Congratulations, Yobot.
Ramon Goni checking out some highly unusual establishments. And that's all we've got time for this week, I'm afraid. Do try and join us again next time, when Rajan will be looking at new radical approaches to the way we'll all be travelling in the future. In the meantime, you can always go to our website at bbc.com/fasttrack. And for even more tips and destinations, why not try bbc.com/travel, where this week you can find out about Estonia's capital Tallinn's secret history of espionage. But until next time, wherever you're heading next, happy travelling and bye-bye.